Great recipes start with Odlums, proud sponsors of Catherine Leyden on Ireland AM.
Now it's the 1st of December, so it's the season to enjoy some Christmas cake. And Catherine Leyden is in the kitchen this morning making it up for us. Good morning to you, Catherine.
Good morning, Alan.
Is this the time you would make your Christmas cake? Because
no,
you do leave, because the pudding you can make earlier, much earlier, can't you?
Yeah, and indeed, a rich Christmas cake. This is a much lighter one, because I find nowadays, Alan, people are not keen on the very rich fruit cakes. They prefer a lighter one.
Right.
And this recipe is perfect for that.
Okay.
Now, first thing is, because of all the ingredients involved in the Christmas cake or plum pudding, get them lined up before you start, so you won't leave anything out. I've had people call me to say they were halfway through the Christmas cake
and something was missing. And
the phone rang, came back, put the cake in the oven, no eggs in it, found the eggs afterwards. So by doing this, you have everything together first of all. Now, to make it simple, I divide it into what I call two lots. Lot 1 and Lot 2.
Okay.
For Lot 1, I put into the mixing bowl my 175 grams, that's 6 ounces, of our dark or light muscovado sugar. I'm putting in 225 grams, that's 8 ounces of our cream plain flour. And to that, I've added some mixed spice and some cinnamon. So I'm really using an all-in-one method to start this, Alan, actually.
When you say some, how much basically?
Half teaspoon.
Half a teaspoon.
Half teaspoon,
okay.
Yeah. Now, into that I'm putting the great rind of an orange and a lemon. And I'm also going to add my 175 grams, that's 6 ounces of butter or margarine. Now, it's best to have this at room temperature, because if it's not, when you add your eggs, the mixture will curdle.
Okay.
But if you don't get it out of the fridge the night before, some people tip it into the microwave. Now, I don't recommend that, because it melts very, very quickly.
Yes, of course.
And if that melts, you'll have grease coming around your cake as it's baking. So, a tip for you, heat the bowl, put boiling water into your bowl before you start.
And put the butter in.
And then put the butter into the hot bowl.
Okay.
Also, by breaking the grain in the butter or the marge, as I'm doing here with a knife, it will allow it to blend a lot better and a lot quicker. So, really, really simple. If we can get it out of the... My hands are slippy from it.
Oh. There's, get it
Stick
in
my
there.
hands in, as the fella says.
Yeah, get it in there.
Get it in there, Cynthia.
Yeah.
Now, so I'm going to turn that on to a low heat while we... Sorry, we forgot the eggs. Good job, I have them here beside me. There we go. 4 eggs. Now, you don't have to beat the eggs, but I find if you beat the eggs, first of all, you get the blending done a lot quicker. Over here, I have the second lot, as we call it. I have 500 grams of mixed fruit, or a fruit mix. Now, you can buy the fruit mix, or you can make your own combination of sultanas, raisins, a few candied peel, cherries, but I add cherries and candied peel as well. So in there we put the fruit mix. Again, once we've added the ingredient, we put the bowl to the other side. Here I have, now this is a 200 gram, I'm putting 100 grams of candied peel in, and 100 grams of cherries, which is just half this tub here, right?
But you'd really have to like baking to do this, wouldn't you?
I'd go way out of that. I'm doing this all my life.
I know, but I mean, I know some people so look forward to it, don't they?
Absolutely.
It's like the big thing is they set a time aside to make the Christmas cake, and they make a couple of them.
Absolutely.
Because I've got presents from people who bake the Christmas cake.
But you know what I love the best of all is the smell of the cake baking.
Oh yeah.
In the house. So now there we have the 100 grams of ground almonds and 100 grams of flaked almonds or chopped almonds. Now you just mix these ingredients together. And having done that now, you see that ingredient is lovely and creamy.
I see a little bit of brandy. Is that brandy over there?
We'll tip a little bit of brandy into it now, yep.
Would you tip a little bit of brandy?
Tip a little bit of brandy in. See that lovely mixture?
At that, yeah.
That's what it looks like now. So to that, we're going to add Lot 2 to Lot 1. Tip that all in.
And then just mix it all back again.
And then about 2 tablespoonfuls of brandy.
2 tablespoons?
About 2 tablespoons, yeah.
Oh, look at that. Go on, just throw it in there. It's grand.
Love it in there. Now, if you don't want to put the brandy in, you could use orange juice or lemon juice.
And do you think the brandy adds to it?
Just a small amount.
Yeah.
I do like to put brandy on the cake when it's baked. When it's cooled.
Over the top.
Because I find if you put the brandy in at this stage, Alan, I find it evaporates during baking. You don't get the benefit of the taste.
You don't get the taste of it, okay.
So by doing what I'm doing there,
and of course,
you will
people
get the benefit.
won't like a brandy taste, so just don't put it in.
Don't put it in, yeah. So just leave it out and use orange juice or lemon juice. Now that's the consistency, nice soft consistency. And I'm going to bake this in an 8-inch deep cake tin, which I have lined with greaseproof paper. And I'll just hold it up now to show you. We'll just get all that off.
That's fine.
And we'll...
How long does this go in for then, Catherine?
Now, this goes into a preheated oven, 120 centigrade, 220 Fahrenheit, gas marker half. But nowadays, I'll get this in while I'm talking to you. Nowadays, ovens vary greatly. And I find a lot...
fan-assisted ovens and all that.
And I find a lot of the modern ovens are super efficient. They're baking a lot quicker than the years back.
Yeah.
Now, this would take normally about 3 to 4 hours to bake.
3 to 4 hours?
In the old days. I baked mine in a fan oven they took exactly 3.5 hours. So I suggest you check,
And how do you know when it's ready?
I don't open the oven door for about 2 hours, right? Then you can just, if you tap it and it's fairly solid, you can put a skewer or a knife in. And if that comes out clean, now a bit moisture, don't worry about a bit of moisture, but clean, your cake is baked. Then you leave it in the tin to go cold. And when it's cold...
It in the oven?
No, when it's baked, you take it out, leave it in the tin to go cold.
All right.
And we'll just press this out now evenly in the tin. And when it's gone cold, you can pour, as I said, some brandy over it. And then you store it.
You have it here, that you've iced this beautifully.
That one I said, we'll come on to that now in just a second.
Well, we don't have time to come on to it, Catherine, because we're running out of time, so...
Well, here's the one we've baked.
Yeah, so the icing then...
I'm just going to cut this now for you.
The icing, you'll have to come back next and show us how you do the icing, because the icing looks amazing.
It's very simple. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, we can do that. Now, just in with it.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to cut it into fingers for you.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that.
That's perfect, isn't that just gorgeous?
So now, we'll just cut it into fingers.
So you're saying roughly about 3.5 hours.
3.5 hours.
So don't even attempt to open your oven for about 2.
2 hours, yeah, and then keep checking it.
Okay.
Because ovens all vary.
So
now,
Catherine, that looks absolutely delicious. It was a slice of that there.
Get a cup of tea now for yourself.
I have a cup of tea ready here. Christmas cake at hand. Catherine, as always, a pleasure. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
You're welcome.
Now, coming up, 8 decades of Irish history told through the correspondence of our presidents. We'll be hearing more about that after the break.
Great recipes start with Odlums, proud sponsors of Catherine Leyden on Ireland AM.